Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of the Pick Six. Following a big-time Vikings win in Philadelphia, making your commute to and from work while you watch the Pick Six that much better. Now we got the Cardinals on tap, and we have questions to answer. So let's get to work. Question number one comes from Chris in Connecticut. Great to see the defense acting more like a top-ranked defense. What do you believe they did to get back on track? Well, I think the most noticeable thing for me on defense was perhaps a more simplified game plan off of what head coach Mike Zimmer talked about earlier in the week. No blown assignments, which was awesome to see, and the results were good. 3 sacks, 2 takeaways, and 1 big-time touchdown for the Vikings defense. Wasn't it fun to watch Linval Joseph roll down the field? The Vikings were dominant in the first half, and that was enough to help the Vikings come away with a big win. Question number 2 comes from Justin in Bloomington. What did you think of the pass defense? Tale of two halves? Yeah, it was a little bit. The Vikings were dominant against the pass in the first half. Alshon Jeffrey was shut out, no catches in the first half. Zach Ertz had just 2 catches in the first half. But remember, these Eagles, they're getting paid too. They are really good on offense, and they have a heart of a champion, but that's what makes this win even more impressive. The Vikings took the Eagles' best punch in the second half and found a way to win the game. Mike has the next question. A win is a win. Doesn't matter if it got ugly at the end. But again, they were not able to open good holes for the running game. I will agree we have played some very tough defenses. No doubt, and the Eagles might have been the best one. In fact, they are the best rushing defense in the NFL, so we knew it was going to be tough to move the ball on the ground. But here's the good news. When the Vikings had to have it on the ground, they got it. Latavius Murray, 22 rushing yards on 4 carries on the drive that led to Dan Bailey's game-sealing 52-yard field goal. The sign of a team that can run the ball eventually is when you can run it, when the defense knows you're going to run it. That's what the Vikings did in the fourth quarter. The next question comes from Anthony in Florida. Was it weird we didn't hear much from Fletcher Cox or Malcolm Jenkins in this game? Definitely, those 2 guys are game changers for a really good Eagles defense. Together, they had only 6 tackles in the game, none behind the line of scrimmage, and neither of them made any plays on the football. Credit the coaches for a good game plan, helping to neutralize these 2 players, and the Vikings offensive line, who did a good job handling Mr. Cox in the middle. It's nice to have Pat Elflein back in the lineup. The next question comes from Dalton. Is it too early to compare Randy Moss and Chris Carter to Stefon Diggs and Adam Thielen as the best wide receiver tandem in Vikings history? Yeah, Dalton, it might be a little bit early. Take a look at this. Carter and Moss, 1,600 receptions, 22,000 yards, 202 touchdowns. So let's not compare Diggs and Thielen to those 2 quite yet. Let's just enjoy what we're watching, which is Adam Thielen and Stefon Diggs consistently torch opposing defenses on Sundays. Rather than compare them to other Vikings, let's appreciate what they're doing to other defenses. The final question comes from Susan in Dallas. What's the key to not overlooking the Cardinals like we have with other teams? It's easy, Susan. Turn on the tape and you will see the Arizona Cardinals win handily on the road last week in San Francisco. Watch David Johnson, watch Patrick Peterson. Plenty of talent on this Cardinals team. I expect the Vikings' best effort at US Bank Stadium on Sunday. That's it for this week's edition of the Pick Six. Thank you for watching. If you want to be in next week's episode, send your question in to the email address at the bottom of the screen. In the meantime, stay tuned to Vikings.com. Tons of content about your favorite team coming straight to your favorite mobile device on the Vikings app. So make sure you download it if you haven't already. See you next week.